Pothole menace resurfaces in Bengaluru after incessant rains lashed the city over the last few days. Kendriya Vihar apartment in Yelahanka of Bengaluru continues to remain flooded. Two incidents of commuters having a close shave because of the potholes in Bengaluru has again put the focus on Siddaramaiah government, with BJP hitting out at the Congress. Kendriya Vihar apartment in Yelahanka has been flooded. Boats were used to rescue stranded residents. Disaster response teams have been pressed into action. In an incident from Varthur in Bengaluru, a specially able woman fell off the scooter after she drove on a pothole-riddled road. Commuters travelling on the stretch came to the rescue here. In another incident reported from the Hennur-Bagalur road in Bengaluru, a commuter flipped and fell off the scooter after driving on a pothole-riddled road. The Karnataka government has blamed the rains. Siddaramaiah government says officials have been asked to fill the potholes immediately. The opposition BJP and JDS have alleged that the Congress government in the state have only looted the taxpayers' money and demanded accountability from the officials.
Well, we're reporting from Richmond town in Bengaluru, one of the most high-end areas right in the center of the city. And what you're seeing are really pathetic, disgusting visuals of potholes that have surfaced. In fact, this has been there for a long time now. The BBMP, which is the civic body in Bengaluru, has not bothered fixing these potholes. And we are talking about one of the most important high-end areas in Bengaluru. What you're seeing is vehicles that are, kind of slowing down in order to cross these potholes. They have no choice because this is bang in the middle of the road. They are trying their best to circumvent these potholes, find a better way, to traverse through. But they have no other choice but to put up with this mess that we're talking about. Just look at the size of that pothole, bang in the middle of this road, this Richmond road in Bengaluru. This has been their last priority. The BBMP officers and the civic officers have not bothered paying heed to this road that we're talking about. With camera person Madhuwar, Anagha, Keshav reporting for India Today. We are reporting from Convent Street to show you how exactly the state of affairs in this particular stretch of road is. As you can see, there's a massive pothole, again bang in the middle of a road. There is a three-wheeler coming. He tried to circumvent it. However, there is another car that you can see. He, had no choice but to give in to the potholes. And this is something that happens every day. Every single vehicle that traverses through the stretch of road undergoes the same fate of these dangerous potholes, really perilous in nature. If one forgets to press on the brakes, then one can only imagine what's going to happen to the passengers who are seated inside the vehicle, because that's how perilous and huge and dangerous this pothole is. In fact, there are schools nearby. There is Bishop Cotton School, there's Good Shepherd School. There are a lot of children who also use this particular stretch of road to get to school and while going back to their homes. And this apathy in Bengaluru still persists. One can only truly wonder how this huge pothole right in the middle of the road has managed to miss the eyes of BBMP commissioners and officers who boast so highly about the meetings that they have been holding on Bengaluru's pothole situation. But looking at the reality, it really looks like not much is being discussed in the meeting. With camera person Madhuwar, Anagha, Keshav reporting for India Today from Bangalore.
ಒಂದು ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದು ಒಂದು ಫೋಟೋಗಳು ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಜಾಗ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಕೊಡಲಿ. ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ನನ್ನ ಚೀಫ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಕೂಡ ಕರೆಸಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದಾಗ್ಬೋದು. ಲೋ ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಏರಿಯಾಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ತಪ್ಪು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಲವು ಮಳೆಗಳು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನಿನ್ನೆ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೆಳಗಿನ ಜಾವವರೆಗೂ ನಾನು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ರೂಮ್ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆನೂ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಹೊರಟಿದ್ದೆ. ಪಾಪ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ತರ ಚೀಫ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಕರೆಸಿದೆ. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ನಾರ್ತ್ನು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ದೆ. ಈಗ ಬೇಡ ಅದು, ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಪಾಪ ನಾನು ಹೋದೆ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಬಂದು ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಲಾಗ್ನ ತೆಗಿಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ.
We have had unusual rains this year. and it's going to continue like this as per the Met Department. Both this year and next year we are having excessive rains, and it's quite naturally when there is incessant and such heavy rains that infrastructure will be damaged. But already the DCM, who's in charge of Bangalore, has laid out a clear plan for the BBMP for filling up potholes and also ensuring the drainages are cleared. Yes, there will be certain problems initially, but I'm sure that the BBMP is pretty equipped to handle it.
Congress model in Karnataka is loot, jhoot and scoot. They loot in Muda, they loot in Valmiki scam, they loot the Janta of paying high taxes. Milk, petrol, diesel, water, everything has high prices and high taxes. They give jhoota vadas. They say this will be given free, that will be given free, but basic civic amenities are now going into the complete doldrums, especially in Bengaluru. One rain and the entire city is filled. One rain, the potholes are there.
More details, Anagha. This obviously has led to a huge political war of words, but the fact of the matter is that on the ground, nothing changes for the people, for the common man, isn't it?
Well, that's right, Sneha. You know, it has been pouring in Bangalore. Of course, there is now some respite. The sun has come out. But last night, especially, it has rained throughout in the city of Bangalore, and several areas have been affected because of it. Revenue Minister Krishna Bairegowda, along with BBMP Chief Tushar Girinath, both of them, they undertook visits to low-lying areas to really find out how many people are affected. But no matter what, every single time when there is a rain, the entire infrastructure, in fact, the area that I'm standing in, Hebbal, this is one of the most worst affected. Every time there is a rain, it's this area that suffers the highest traffic snarl, traffic jams. There's huge chaos everywhere, and this time and again gets repeated in Bengaluru. In fact, the ground report that we filed, there are huge potholes right in the middle of the road. Impossible for it to miss the eyes of BBMP commissioners. And yet, there's apathy, there's neglect. The potholes refuse to be filled, even though they are right in the center of the road. It remains to be seen how many more days will it take for the BBMP officers to finally wake up and fill the potholes. In fact, just a few hours back, there was a disabled woman who was traveling on a two-wheeler. She skid and she fell inside a potholes, injuring herself. In fact, that video is going viral on social media. It remains to be seen how many more such tragic incidents it will take for the BBMP to finally wake up and fix the mess that's Bangalore's infrastructure.
Anagha, getting in those details, I'm going to thank you for the moment. Anagha reporting from Ground Zero on the pothole problem that persists in the state of Karnataka and the city of Bengaluru. Now, several assurances have been made by the Siddaramaiah government to fix all potholes within 15 days by early September. This was said previously. But the ground reality, as we can see, is very different. A month later, over 1,200 potholes remain unrepaired in the Silicon City of India. Here's a report on the pothole menace in Bengaluru.
Potholes and rain, the two words that have become almost synonymous with Bengaluru. Every monsoon, it's the same old story, but this time there was a promise for change. Despite assurances from the highest levels of the state government, the reality on the ground is quite different. In early September, the Siddaramaiah government assured that potholes would be filled within 15 days. But here we are, almost a month past the deadline, and 1,222 potholes across Bengaluru remain open. India Today decided to conduct a reality check on the potholes menace in the IT hub of India.
This route typically opens up to Hebbal and all the IT parks. This is typically that route that the buses take when they travel from Majestic to the IT corridor, that's Hebbal. And as you can see on your screen, how big is that pothole? The sheer apathy, the neglect that is meted upon by the BBMP officers. As you can see, that huge pothole bang in the middle of the road. There is a petrol bunk nearby, and there is also a very famous mall called the Mantri Mall nearby. It's a very bustling, very busy area, in fact.
And it is clear that the civic authorities have a long way to go in fulfilling their orders. These potholes not only make the commute difficult, but also pose serious risks to motorists and pedestrians alike.
As you can see, there's a massive pothole, again bang in the middle of a road. There is a three-wheeler coming. He tried to circumvent it. However, there is another car that you can see. He, had no choice but to give in to the potholes. And this is something that happens every day. Every single vehicle that traverses through the stretch of road undergoes the same fate.
BJP has hit out at Siddaramaiah government over their laxity in handling the pothole menace, highlighting the challenges that still remain.
All the verticals have been neglected completely. Both the Chief Minister, the Deputy Chief Minister have been very busy. They don't have time. They are busy. They don't even allocate money. So their difference also is reflecting in city of Bangalore. I call upon this government to immediately to ensure the safety, security of the Bangaloreans.
Meanwhile, the Karnataka government assures that Bengaluru municipal body is equipped to handle the crisis.
It's quite naturally when there is incessant and such heavy rains that infrastructure will be damaged. But already the DCM who's in charge of Bangalore has laid out a clear plan for the BBMP for filling up potholes and also ensuring the drainages are cleared. Yes, there will be certain problems initially, but I'm sure that the BBMP is pretty equipped to handle it.
With more rains predicted and the number of potholes still in the thousands, Bangaloreans have a bumpy ride ahead. With Anagha, Keshav and Sagai in Bengaluru, Bureau Report, India Today.